Welcome to the best show about relationships. Become a free member on my website to get my free 1 hour video, free relationship advice, and so much more. Subscribe and share this video with everyone you know, and let us go ahead and begin, shall we? All right. Wow. Okay, we got an image for our first comment of the show. Single man peace. Bills paid, house clean, no stress, peaceful. All right. Well, you already said that. You said single man peace. I get it. That's quite an overlap. All right. So you have your peace of mind. Everything's going great. You deserve it. Congratulations. Every man living alone in a single life should have a clean house or clean apartment wherever you reside, as minimal stress as possible, and a peaceful lifestyle. Your bills obviously ideally paid off or in the process of. Finances. Got it. What's missing in this picture? Riddle me this. Let's go. Sherlock, can we guess what's missing in this picture? There should be a passionate, loving woman sitting down next to him on a bigger couch, perhaps a sofa. This is not winning. Okay, people? This right here is not winning. It's temporarily satisfying your needs, but anyone living at home in denial, saying, I don't need a woman in my life to be happy, those are the miserable men out there. You need to try to make it happen. So as long as you're trying to make it happen, because, that's great. What happens in all the fairy tales, all the movies? The guy gets the girl in the end, right? That's not there by cliche. That's because it's a fact of life. Love is everything in this life. You're not here to live to just pay bills and pass away, to perpetually clean your house over and over again, to de-stress, to live peaceful. Okay, the dude in this photo is watching something on television. I get it. Whatever your hobbies are, it could be a sport, heading to the gym, pumping some iron. I get it. But that is not why you exist, whether you're a man or a woman. The only reason you truly, ultimately exist is to find the right partner, the lifelong partner, to establish an everlasting, loving relationship with. If you deny this, you are messed up. You are not psychologically or emotionally sane. Everyone out there who's single, deep down inside, cannot lie to themselves. Everyone knows, because it's human nature, that you desire a loving partner by your side. When you deny this, you already are a liar. Everybody knows that. Now, the people who are not going to call you a liar are the people who are living similar lifestyles as yours, a sad, lonely lifestyle. Like I said before, if you are in the process of trying to better that situation, trying to get to know someone who you think is worth your time and potentially may become your lifelong partner in the future, it's too soon to say, congratulations. Then you are not a lonely loser who's living a life of misery, because you're at least making an effort to change that lonely lifestyle. So if the shoe fits where you're at home denying the fact that you are miserable and that you need to be happy in this life, then I highly recommend changing your shoes to a winning pair. A winning pair of shoes that get you out of your home, that clean, non-stressful, peaceful home that, congratulations, you've earned. Get you out into the real world, and I don't care how many times you've been burned by past failed relationships. I don't care how much you think you won't be able to find the one. A real man and a real woman makes it happen eventually. So as long as you're working towards that ultimate goal, the main purpose as to why you even exist, congratulations. You're not a miserable, pathetic loser living at home alone, convincing yourself that you're happy when you know you're not. So get the right pair of shoes on, people. People who say that they're so happy living alone are lying to you. And they know they're lying to you because they're coping. This is not happiness. Okay? This is happiness 101. True love is the only path to happiness. Anybody who says, no, I want to be a millionaire, I have to have a lot of fame and fortune, right? Lifestyle of the rich and famous. Well, newsflash. A lot of rich people are very miserable in this life. A lot of them end their own lives. Now, not everybody, but a lot of them live mediocre and sad lifestyles. They're not happy. They're not fulfilled. You know why? For those geniuses out there who deny that love is the only reason why we exist, is because they don't have true love in their lives. That's right. And I have to spell it out for these people because they tried to push their denial so hard, especially online, because they're coping. They have to try to convince themselves that they're happy when they know they're not. So this image here, single man peace, you could substitute a woman here too, the same thing. The bills. Well, bills are always going to be there, just like dirty dishes, whether you put them in a dishwasher or wash them by hand. It doesn't matter. A clean house, I get it. Stress. Being alone is a form of stress because you know you're not happy. So it's like this slow burning stress from within, deep down in your soul. That's what real stress is. Stress is a lot of things. It's a slow killer. So that lack of true love in your life is slowly making you wither away. So you think you're at peace, but it's kind of an illusion. Satisfaction is not the same as happiness. You can feel satisfied like this guy here in this image, but it doesn't mean that you're necessarily happy. All right? So let's go ahead and move on to the next image, shall we? Because a lot of men have absolutely no idea, and women, what happiness really is in this life. And that's finding somebody to develop true love with. Let's go ahead and move on. Do I want to date? Yeah. Do I want to be on dating apps? Absolutely not. Do I ever talk to anyone when I'm out and about? Also no. Wow. Well, you're not going to win with that type of attitude. Okay, so you don't even make an effort. See, this is what I was talking about before. You don't even make an effort. You don't talk to anybody. Because silence is weakness. You're never going to get anywhere in life if you don't, unless you express yourself. You have to express yourself. Human beings are creatures of expression. You have to love interacting with others. You don't have to be the loudest one. You don't have to interact with everybody you meet or see. No, nobody's saying that. You can't go from one extreme, which is a silent, weak person, and you can't go to the other extreme, which is the loudest person everywhere and telling everybody about every aspect of your life. Those are two extremes that you should not go for. There's a lot of balance in life. You need to talk to somebody about your life, somebody you trust. Open up your feelings. That's what mature people do. Intelligent and mature people, they know who to trust and who not to trust. They know how much to tell people. They know how much to keep private. That's all discretionary. That's all at your discretion. Use proper discernment. But to the people who are at one end of the spectrum, the weak end, saying, well, I don't need to talk to anybody. I don't like talking to people. I hate people. I don't get along with people. You're a loser because you're weak. You're so weak. And then the more you reinforce that weak attitude of yours, the weaker you'll become, to the point where it's absolutely pathetic. You're a mess. Now you need a psychologist. And even they might not even be able to pull you out of that quicksand that you willingly jumped into without a rope to pull yourself out. That's what I'm talking about. So don't be a loser in the quicksand. You knew what you're getting yourself into because you're training yourself to be weaker by not expressing yourself, by not asking for help. I don't care if it's friends, family, people online, whatever. You can't keep your emotions and thoughts all bottled up, and you're going to end up talking to yourself while you're all alone constantly, chronically, like a psycho. You're going to be afraid to talk about anything. I've seen so many people who are they are very socially anxious. They have real big problems with that social anxiety, and they're doing it to themselves. They need help. At that point, when you say, I just want to live alone, I don't want to talk to anybody, I hate people, you have problems. And I don't recommend you to be in a relationship with anybody with that poor state of mind. You got some poor mental and emotional health there. You got to go get that checked, because you've already gone off the deep end. If you believe that you hate people today, there's nothing good, I don't like to talk, blah, 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 blah. That's what a loser says. Those are all things a loser says. So this right here, do I ever talk to anyone when I'm out and about? Also, no. Wow. Congratulations. You're not required to talk to anybody when you're out and about. But if this is your day in, day out lifestyle, you are doing yourself heavy damage psychologically. You need to talk to somebody, not just yourself or your pet dog at home or pet cat, whatever it is, your ant farm. You can't, you can't expect to live a happy life if you don't know how to be a loving human being, an expressive human being. Heck, even dancing is a form of expression without words. Do something. But don't just do dancing and don't ever talk. You have to have a healthy balance of whatever it is so you can express yourself through a sport, but you also have to have conversations. Don't be that weirdo that, that potential psycho that people shy away from because you don't talk to anybody. Don't be that. That's a loser, okay? All right, so last comment of the show. If there's one thing I would like to get across to single men, it's that women are indeed attracted to genuine kindness and not the looks maxing. Oh, I can't stand that new term these days. Looks maxing. I try to keep up with today's slang, but that's just cringe. Whatever BS touted by alpha males, that's not what an alpha male really is. That's an insecure male, but whatever, I get it. Beauty is subjective. An open heart and mind is way sexier than washboard abs. Oh, absolutely. Fellow women, please confirm. You don't need women to confirm that. I can confirm that for you. Real men and women will confirm you that part in a flash. In a blink of an eye. I mean, this is another problem is, hey men, only for men. Hey women, only for women. What are you talking about? Just ask people. Wouldn't you be interested in what both men and women have to say? Good, intelligent men and women, productive, positive, strong men and women. Why would you limit it only to fellow women? That's a big problem with this comment. So yes, women are indeed, well, men too. We're both attracted to genuine kindness and not looks maxing. Like a woman can carry a bucket of makeup. We don't care that much. Like, hey, if you feel happy putting it on, that's great. But I mean, it's not like a make or break, deal breaker here. But looks maxing, well, it depends. You don't want to always dress in Walmart clothes. But if that's all you have, okay, that's fine. But just mind how you present yourself to others. But there's no requisite unless you're at your job and there's a dress code. But yeah, so being alpha is actually being expressive, as I said before. Have an open mind, be expressive, engage in conversation with others. You don't have to be the loudest person, as I said before. An alpha male and an alpha female is not afraid of anything. But they know when to talk, how to talk. They don't have these phobias or these anxieties that I mentioned before. No, they're normal, they're natural, they're fun, they're positive, they're strong, they're an inspiration to others. They set the example for everybody else to follow. An alpha primarily means a leader, a leader's attitude. Do you have what it takes to lead other people to a better life? You don't have to be a relationship expert such as myself, an author, and all the other labels that I have. You don't have to. You don't have to be famous or rich. Just be a leader with what you have to work with. That's alpha. Alpha female, alpha male. An alpha man, alpha woman. Yes, beauty is subjective because Who I find beautiful is probably not who you find beautiful, inside and out. It's all subjective. So open heart and mind. That means express yourself. Open your mouth. Talk. Because silence is weakness. And if you're not productive, you're always destructive, saying men this, women that. You're immature. You're not intelligent. You need to work on that. If the shoe fits, change your sneakers. And it is sexy. It's very sexy. Washboard abs is a big plus. Don't get me wrong. You know, a fit body is a huge plus. But is it everything? No. Not when you don't have an open heart and mind and you're a total jerk or a total fill in the blank for men and women. No. It doesn't matter, those washboard abs or that sexy physique. So it doesn't matter anymore at that point if you're all negative and nothing positive. All right. So with that said, if you made it this far, it's time to become a free member on my website. You'll get free relationship advice, access to my 1-hour video, and so much more. So go ahead and find out what that is. Also, drop a comment with the topic you'd like for me to cover over on a future show. Much love, everybody.